Hello, and welcome back to Viva La Action, the action movie podcast where we talk about all things action movies. I had a slight thought in the middle of it, and I just drifted away. My name is Santi, and with me as always is my co-host. It's Grayson. We talk about good, bad, and underrated action movies.
Yeah, we do. Hello.
Yeah!
I'm here.
Hello.
What's up?
We could have restarted, but instead I just barreled through it.
Yeah, we're doing this on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we're a little
It's
out
a
of
weird,
whack.
Yeah.
But
for those paying attention, we are recording on the day I normally release the preview.
yes.
So we're like a week ahead, which is good.
Yes. It is.
But how are you on this Wednesday morning?
I'm doing all right. A little tired. Starting a new job. I have to get up at the butt crack of dawn.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm here.
Nice.
Chilling. How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah. I don't know. I just have a random day off in the middle of the week, so
There you go.
I'm here. My back hurts, as we've discussed before.
Yes.
I was doing sexual acrobatics, which is what ultimately
I walked into the house. There was a big old sex swing in the middle of the living room. It was crazy.
I was naked, oiled up.
Yeah.
I hadn't quite finished up what I was doing. Grayson's traumatized for life, and
Yep.
we're moving on.
Yep.
So, Grayson,
Yes.
what do we do on this show?
We're talking about action movies.
What do we do on this fucking show?
We talk about fucking action movies.
We sure do. And that's no different this week, because this week we talked about the 1984 action drama film Streets of Fire.
I would also probably class it as like a half musical.
It is sort of a half musical. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
If you were to call it a musical, this would be what is called a jukebox musical.
Yes.
I believe. So and again, we'll get into this, but the music is if I can remember the word, it is goddamn my brain.
Uh-oh.
There's a word for when the music is within the context of the scene, and then there's a word for when the music is like what do you call it? Like over the scene, if that makes sense. So like and there's a word for it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I'll keep thinking about it while I do this.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, Streets of Fire is a like I said, a 1984 action drama film directed by Walter Hill with a script by Walter Hit.
You got it. Hey.
Fucking shit. Script by Walter Hill and Larry Gross.
Terrible last name.
Terrible name.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, sorry, Gross. The film stars Michael Paré as Tom Cody, with support from Diane Lane, Willem Dafoe, Rick Moranis, Amy Madigan, Deborah Van Valkenburg, and Bill Paxton, on a budget of $14.5 million. The film only brought in 8.1 at the global box office, which makes it a big stinker.
Yeah. Yep.
Would you like to guess what this film has on Rotten Tomatoes?
God, critics probably hated this shit. I'm sure they were fine about it. I'm gonna say like critics gave it like 60.
Not bad. I think it's 71%.
70. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
critical score.
Okay.
Which I should say, we'll talk about this a little bit. That is more skewed towards modern critics because contemporaneous critics did not like it. So
yeah, that makes sense.
If they had Rotten Tomatoes in 1984, that score would probably look a little bit different.
Yeah.
But interestingly, it also has a 70% audience score. So they're about evenly matched there, which is rare to see.
I was gonna sneeze. I didn't.
Okay. Oh, good.
Whew.
Grayson has incredible self-control.
I'm trying.
I watched them just wrangle that sneeze.
I got in a chokehold.
Yeah. The film passes the Bechdel test.
It sure does.
It sure does. Within, I want to say, maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We get a conversation between two named women.
Yep.
And they actually managed to talk about something that isn't a man. It's incredible.
Touchdown.
And finally, Grayson, the plot synopsis from IMDb. A mercenary is hired to rescue his ex-girlfriend, a singer, who has been kidnapped by a motorcycle gang.
Yep.
It's a pretty simple plot.
Yeah.
Now, before we get into the film's behind the scenes action and its all kinds of stuff, actual action, cinematography, music.
Yep.
What'd you think of this movie, Grayson?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice.
It's pretty good. I had a fun time.
All right.
Music was great.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yes.
Huge fan of the music. Action was pretty good. That final fight, I'm not going to say too much on it right now, but final fight was pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay. I expected that reaction more or less.
Yeah.
And I will just say this. For me, this is possibly the most underrated film of all time.
Really?
I think. For me, personally.
Fair.
And I will just say this. There's about 10, maybe 20 minutes of this movie where I become completely convinced this is the greatest film of all time.
That's fair. I can definitely see that.
And there's a lot of this movie that doesn't work, right? Like, I think it slows down in the middle. Yeah. There's some weird character stuff. I think the lead actor is a big hindrance on this movie, but all of that aside, I just think this movie rules. Yeah. I just think it's like, this is pure like gluttonous, like cinematic, like fast food. It is just like, it's color and music and action and explosions and romance and just like, and it all kind of comes together in like this big smorgasbord of just like, again, it just feels like when you go to Taco Bell, right? And you order probably like too much food, right? Like maybe you get a box or maybe you get like whatever, right? And that first bite of whatever it is, that like first burrito or the first taco you have, it's like the best food you've probably ever had in your life, right? Yeah. And when you're in the middle, like your taste buds are a little bit worn out, you're like, whatever. But then as you reach that final 5-layer burrito, you know, you're like, this is the like
creme de la creme.
The piece de resistance, and you finish well, you know? That's this movie to me. It's like, ultimately, you know, this is pop filmmaking, right? Like, it's not telling anything complicated. No. But it's just so, I don't know, it's just so delicious and just so perfectly, like slotted into my individual niche interests. Yes. That I just adore this movie.
That's fair.
Head to toe.
Yeah. Like I said, I did have a lot of fun.
Yes.
And I can understand all of that. Might have to give it a couple more go-arounds to really understand the value of it. But
well, I think part of it is, this is a movie where, for me, this screams pure escapism. Yeah. Right? Like this movie, and the director kind of talks about this, where this is what he calls hyper reality, right? Like, it's supposed to be this fantastical tale set in what kind of looks like the real world, but it is definitely not. Like, it's the real world, but more so. You know, it's characters who dress extravagantly and explosions that are bigger than anticipated and just big and bold and beautiful, and it's like it is pure, like, not turn your brain off necessarily, but like, just like feast. Yes. You know, like like you watch this movie and it doesn't make a lot of sense necessarily, but you kind of also forget that as you're watching it, right? Like, midway through the first 5 minutes of the movie, you're like, yeah, I get it. I get what world I'm in, you know, like, and it just, I just think it's just, pure escapist cinema.
I agree. I will say the first time we see the lead, and he's in that little cafe, it's like the first big fight scene. Yeah. And he just slaps the shit out of that dude. I was cackling. That was so funny. Yes. I think people need to slap bitches more.
I agree.
Because it's like, a punch is like, okay, whatever, right? Yeah. We've seen punches, it's fine. But like, you slap a motherfucker and you like do the like backhand, front hand bullshit. Yeah. That shit's funny as hell.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I was cackling.
I'm trying to find. It's really bugging me that I can't remember the name of that word. Diegetic.
Ah.
So there's okay, to circle back to what I was saying before.
Yes.
So in film and cinema, there's two kinds of music.
Yeah.
There is diegetic music and there is non-diegetic music.
Yes.
Now, diegetic music is music that the characters can hear.
Yes.
Right? So it's music taking place within the film.
Yes.
Non-diegetic music is music that the characters cannot hear. Right. So it is music that is playing over the film, right? This is like your classical score.
Yes.
So musicals are weird because they occupy both spaces.
Yes.
Right? There is music that the characters can hear, and then there is music that the characters also cannot hear. And musicals kind of take the logic out of it and are just like, everyone's singing and dancing. They're aware they're singing and dancing.
Yes.
But this is just the world they live in, right?
Yes.
A jukebox musical is a little bit different because you're sort of assuming the regular rules of reality, right? Where if I'm playing music, I have an instrument and a microphone and I'm in a band and,
Yeah.
And so this movie is considered a jukebox musical because all the music you hear is diegetic.
Yes.
It's taking place within the scene.
Yes.
And the characters are playing that music.
Yes.
Right? So,
yeah.
Anyway, just wanted to make that distinction.
Very nice.
There's some more nuance there that I'm sure somebody will ride my ass about. But regardless, probably the most polished, best part of this movie is the music.
Oh, 100%.
And I think what works about it is it's not a musical in the traditional sense, right? Like, there's nobody up there hey, I'm Dave and I'm here to do music stuff or whatever, right? And he's like, I'm Dave from the big city and I'm here to what? It's like there's a band on stage and they're playing music.
Yes.
Like, that's how you hear the music. But the way it's staged and shot, I truly believe from the opening credits to the point where Willem Dafoe captures Diane Lane and runs away with her is maybe the best opening thing in a movie ever. It's just so... I have never... And this is kind of why I like this movie, and I'm just knocking it out at the top for some unknown reason. I have never seen a movie so perfectly capture what it feels like to be at a concert.
Yes.
Right? Even though it's not shot from the perspective of the audience.
Yeah.
There is something about that opening scene where the guy's flipping on the lights and you're getting the drummer starting the crowd out and it's building and building until the singer runs on stage. Watching that, I get the same feeling that I do when I'm at a concert. And there's the you've been waiting for the freaking headliner to come on.
Yeah.
And it's the lights dim and it's everyone screaming and clapping. No other movie has ever captured that feeling better, I don't think.
No. Yeah, I was trying to think and I can't think of anything else. If you haven't been to a concert before, just go.
Yeah.
Because that shit is fucking insane.
Yes.
It is some of the most intense human energy ever.
Yeah.
Especially what you were talking about with you've had a couple of openers and now you're waiting for the headliners. They're playing their intermission sort of playlist or whatever. And then it dims and then the lights go down.
Yeah.
And everybody loses their goddamn mind.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. I love it. I genuinely think the first 5-10 minutes of this movie is just incredible. It is masterpiece levels of filmmaking. There's not a shot out of place.
No.
It's so bathed in light, and the sound mixing is just perfect.
Oh man, the sound in this movie was really well done.
Yes, it is.
Through and through.
Yeah.
And the first scene, it almost felt like they were just they went to a concert and were like, hey, don't mind us. We're just going to be running around with cameras.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Right.
And it just felt very candid.
And it's also, it does feel very candid, and it's one thing I like about it is it's rare to get a movie about a fictional band
Yes.
that creates a song that you could understandably like believe like that you would go to a concert to see that band,
yes,
right? Like
yes.
there's a lot of times where you see a band in a film and it's either a pre-made pop song or whatever that like already exists, or it's like something made for the movie, but it feels artificial. This movie, like the music in it doesn't feel made for the movie.
No.
It feels like, like music. Like music you would go to a concert to see. Like
it feels like I could just I could have pulled this up on Spotify.
Yeah. Well, and you can. I mean the album.
But I guess what I'm saying is like even before the movie I could have just pulled this up on Spotify.
If you'd heard this on the radio, you would think, "Oh, that's just a pop song from the 80s." Yeah.
Right. That was never in a movie. And then you find out it's in this movie and you're like, "What the fuck?"
And there is a song, so there's a song towards the end of the film. It's sung by the Sorels, who are the sort of
those guys.
Temptations-esque R&B group that they pick up on the way.
Yeah.
They have a song called You're Not Here or You Can't Be Here or something. And that song actually peaked on one of the charts. It hit like number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 or whatever.
Yeah.
So there was some success from this movie.
That's pretty cool
in terms of the songs, but yeah, that opening number, which is Going Nowhere Fast.
Yeah.
First of all, perfect like rock ballad lyrics because they don't make any fucking sense, but like when you're listening to it, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. It's the classic Fall Out Boy song.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But what I like about it is it's a very long song. It's like a 5-minute song, but it builds and builds and builds and builds. But then when it peaks, it feels like earned.
Yes.
Right. And just the way it's shot, like, with Diane Lane on the stage, and she's got like her sort of zoot suit, guitar player and keyboardist and whatever. And just the way the colors kind of wrap around everyone. It's such a well shot scene.
Yeah.
And then there's, of course, Willem Dafoe, who plays a character named Raven, shows up with his biker gang. The shot where they enter the theater is literally, to me, looks like a fucking painting. It's just like the way that they are bathed in shadow.
Yeah.
And it's this, foggy, hazy, and they're sort of moving rhythmically, like as they enter. And there's this shot that I swear to God, like if you could tattoo a movie scene, I would get it on my body. Where like there's a shot of Raven in the crowd and he's bathed in shadow, and then the aperture of the camera opens up enough to where you can see his face. Yeah. Like slowly, and it's like one of the greatest like single shots I think I've ever seen in a film. Just so subtle, but so effective at like revealing the menace of this character without saying a single fucking word. It's incredible.
Yeah, it is very good. The way that they play with light in this movie was very fun.
Yeah.
And as somebody who majored in light design for theater, I know it's a little different in movies, but there are some transferable skills there.
Yeah.
I greatly appreciated the lighting. It was like you could see everything. There were some like you were saying about that first shot of Raven, very good artistic choices. And the use of color just I don't know who was in charge of lighting. Yeah. And like all the color correction and all that kind of stuff, but one of these for you. Well done.
I have his name somewhere. I can't see. Let me see if I can find it. Well, one thing I wanted to talk about. So, sort of one of the defining characteristics of this movie is that it is set in sort of an alternate universe, right? Yeah. Like it's sort of this fairy tale world.
It seems like a mix between like New York City and like Well, I'll probably be a little bit more specific. It feels like almost like the Bronx and like Los Angeles, but like not like down like the like super flashy Hollywood
Right.
Los Angeles. It's the like outskirts sort of poorer section of Los Angeles and then yeah, like the Bronx, right? Like almost like Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah. For me, the vibe is more Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
It's definitely more like downtown Chicago where,
Yeah.
and they did specifically model, sort of the train bridge line after the Chicago one.
Right.
Because if you've never been to Chicago, one of the defining characteristics of that city is there is an above ground train line that runs throughout Chicago. I can't remember what they call it. I think it's called like the Loop or something like that. Because it does kind of go in like a circle. But there's parts of Chicago where you're walking and buildings are literally side by side with this above ground rail. And when you walk underneath it, you kind of feel like you're under a bridge.
Yeah.
Right. And so a lot of this movie takes place under that rail line, which I think works as sort of this, I don't know, just this ever present like feature of the movie that there's always this train line that is kind of there.
Yeah.
And of course the main character arrives on a train.
Yes.
Which we should talk about. So, well, anyway, before I get to that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, one of the things is that the movie is kind of blending like different sort of aesthetics of things that the director really liked when he was growing up. So, you do get sort of the, like Grease style, like 50s aesthetics, right?
Yep.
Like you've got, some greasers in this movie. You've got like the biker gang who is very like Easy Rider, just these sort of stereotypical bikers.
Yeah.
But it's Walter Hill was talking about how it's sort of supposed to be like a mix of that, like the sort of teen, like romance drama film from the 50s, and the Western. So Michael Paré character Tom Cody, he is very much supposed to be in the archetype of like a lone gunman, like sort of Lone Ranger, wandering sheriff kind of type, who comes in to bring justice to the land or whatever. And the storyline is very reflective of that, right? It's about him, coming in and saving the woman from the savages and whatever. But the aesthetics feel, what I like about it is it's retro-futuristic where the aesthetics are the 50s, right? Like it feels 50s. But then there's also a lot of it that is very 80s, right? Where it's sort of, at the time it would have been contemporary. Like the music is not 50s music. There's a couple of times where there's a little bit of rockabilly stuff, but like it's mostly 80s power ballads and R&B and like stuff like that. But it's just sung by people in zoot suits and biker leathers and stuff. And that I feel like could be like contradictory, but they do it in a way that works. I don't know. It just it doesn't feel out of place.
No, it's very well done. I think my favorite was the jazz sort of section at the bomber's lair. For lack of a better word. That the guy singing was, holy fuck, that dude had a set of pipes on him. And the saxophone player, pure sex coming out of that thing. Jesus Christ.
So I can't remember the singer's name, but there's two songs that are sung in that section. There's one where it's called oh shit, let me just pull up the soundtrack because both are good.
Both are so good.
They're very good. But yeah, they are that sort of 1950s like rockabilly kind of soundtrack. Let's see.
And it almost felt like It felt like it was like just a bunch of like leather daddies.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
which was really cool.
Yeah.
The costume designer did a phenomenal job on all of the Bombers stuff.
Yeah,
like especially for like Raven, like his like just outfit the entire time was incredible.
Yeah. So the two songs are One Bad Stud.
Yes,
which was the first song you kind of hear.
Yeah.
And then it's Blue Shadows was the other one.
Yep.
And again, they both have that great sort of groovy,
Yeah.
like 1950s, blues kind of soundtrack.
Yeah.
And yeah, they do use a lot of the we think of it now as leather daddy sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But what it comes from is 50s biker culture.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen, there is I don't think you would have seen it. I'd be surprised if anybody's seen it. There's a movie by experimental filmmaker Kenneth Anger called Scorpio Rising.
Whoa.
And it's this very interesting, it's almost like a music video, but not really. It's this experimental film about bikers from the 50s. And there is a lot of that, the leather, get up and the newspaper hat and the, just the sort of gang violence and the sort of almost homoerotic, like nature of it all. Like Willem Dafoe's walking around in leather overalls and no shirt.
Yeah.
He's quite oily the whole movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what I like is that every section of the city feels different.
Yes.
Right? Like,
oh, yeah.
You've got the initial section where it is this 1950s, diner, whatever. And then you get the, they call it the,
Is it where the bombers are at?
Yeah, but they call it the
I want to say the projects, but it's not the projects.
No, they call it the Barons or something like that.
Yeah, something.
And it's sort of like supposed to be like the slummy part of town, but it has that biker, roadhouse kind of look to it. And then you get also there's that sort of red light district that they go to.
Oh yeah.
That has much more of an 80s,
lots of neon
pop art kind of look to it.
Yeah.
And it just all I don't know. I just love the way this movie looks.
Yes, it's really good. I mean, the artistry was extremely well done. Like, hats off to every, like, all of the artists that worked on this movie. Like, not just the director, but, costume, hair, makeup, lights, sound. Like, everybody who had some sort of artistic say in the look of this movie, fucking goddamn, you did it.
So speaking of the costumes, one thing I wanted to shout out, there is a very, very good Blu-ray copy of this film from Shout Factory, who they're sort of a Blu-ray boutique brand where they make like very good restorations of sort of specific films. I think it's a lot of action movies and genre films and stuff, but I have the collector's edition of this movie, and
nice.
on the bonus disc you get a behind the scenes documentary. It's sort of like a retrospective mixed with like just like a documentary, and they do a lot of interviews with the cast. Sort of many years later, it was shot more recently, but they do interview the costume designer, and I feel like one of the most under celebrated people on a movie set is the costume designer.
100%.
Because I loved hearing her talk about, the different choices she made for each character and how the outfits really feed into the individual, like, characterizations of each person, right? Like, she was talking about with Tom Cody, he's got this big sort of baggy overcoat and he's got like the overalls and whatever. So, it's actually like an Armani jacket, so it's actually quite expensive that she got from Italy. But it's meant to look rugged, right? And Michael Paré was talking about how, on the one hand, it's supposed to look sort of evoke like the Western thing.
Yeah,
right? It's like the duster coat. It's the, and they even thought about giving him a hat, and they ultimately decided not to. But which I'm glad because I feel like that would have been too heavy-handed.
Yeah, it would have been a little much.
But then he was also talking about how you get the information that Tom Cody was in the army.
Yes.
And the coat that he's wearing is almost supposed to be like this sort of very practical coat, because if he has to sleep on the street or if he has to, sleep in the car or whatever, it's big and heavy and it sort of acts almost like a tent for him.
Yeah.
And again, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's crazy how deep, how you can appreciate when a film is thought about at that deep of a level. You can feel it, right?
Oh,
when like a movie has as much thought put into it as this movie does.
Yeah.
Or like even with, so there's sort of the sidekick character, McCoy.
I love McCoy.
McCoy's the best. She's played by Amy Madigan. And again, the costume designer was kind of talking about how with her, she is very much dressed like somebody who like does not care what she looks like, right?
No.
Like she's got a hat kind of.
She almost looks like a newsie.
Yeah. But if you pay attention to kind of what she's wearing, it's almost like a mechanic's outfit.
Yes.
Right? It's like the onesie, and she's got these big heavy boots.
Yeah.
And she's got like a hat that's just kind of mashed on her hair.
Yeah.
And one thing I like, and again, I don't know if it's a detail they really thought about, but it's something that I appreciated. I love that her hair is so even, because it's sort of, she says that she also was in the army.
Yeah.
And so it kind of implies that she had her hair cropped really short and then just let it grow.
Yeah.
Right? Like it looks like somebody who doesn't give a shit about what they look like. And so, I don't know. I just think that level of detail is really, it shows up in a movie like this.
It does. Yeah, I love McCoy. She was great.
And I was waiting for them to say something in the documentary, and they never said it. Did you get the pretty heavy-handed implication that she's gay?
Oh, she's 100% a lesbian.
But
when I saw her, she was like, that's a butch lesbian.
Yes.
Like,
to me, the first time I watched it, I felt like that was obvious.
It
right?
is,
Like very. She even tells him twice that he's not her type.
Yeah.
And there's one line where she's like, "Yeah, I had this boyfriend and he cheated on me or whatever," and she's all, "But that was before I was in the army." Which to me, again, is sort of the implication that like
she got to the army
and then she's like, "Oh, I'm gay." Like,
she was surrounded by like all these other like women in the army. And she was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah.
So,
but it's interesting that whenever you read about this movie and you read about like like in the commentaries and stuff, they never mention that, and I just think that's odd because
it's very odd.
I to me, it felt very like on purpose. Like,
yes. I'm wondering if they just assume that everybody is going to know that, and so they don't feel like they have to say it, because they're like, yeah, I mean, how much more can we really show you?
I guess I find that surprising, because in the 80s that would have been a big thing.
It would have been a big
that would have
thing,
been interesting for her to be a lesbian.
True.
And to just be kind of open about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it's sort of supposed to be sort of implied but never outright said, but
true.
I just found that interesting.
Very interesting.
Because I remember the first time I watched it, I was sort of waiting for the coin to flip, right?
Yeah.
Where like, at the end they kiss or whatever, and then it turns out she wasn't a lesbian.
Yeah.
But they never do. So I was like, oh, maybe I guess she is supposed to be a lesbian.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. Yeah, she rolls up in his car. She's like, yeah, I just found this, some dumbass, tossing a back alley.
Yeah.
She was like, you need to ride or whatever. And he's like, oh, am I finally gonna, get my shot? And she's like, brother, again, you are not my type. And like, I don't know how much more clear you can get than that.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, whatever. We'll just go do whatever we want. I think they're a great duo.
Great pairing. Yes.
But yeah, I just assumed that she is. I don't think it ever really needed to be explicitly said. Although it would have made a lot of sense to like do that in the 80s and just be like, hey, look, we have kind of a leading character that's gay,
right? But I guess in the 80s it would have been more of a no. Right. So maybe that's why it's more implied than outright said. I just found it interesting. It's just
very fascinating. I'm fairly certain that she was. I honestly thought she was gonna fall for what's her name, Elaine or whatever, the ex-girlfriend.
Ellen Aim, yeah.
Ellen Aim, yeah. I thought they were gonna just straight up do it. So
no. So one thing. Okay, I've been dancing around it. Michael Paré is not a very good actor.
He plays Cody, right?
Yeah.
He's fine.
He's fine. He's
whatever.
Very flat.
Yeah.
There's a couple of line readings that are a little hard to bear.
Yeah.
I think he gets better as the movie goes on.
Yes.
Like, I think his early scenes are rougher than his later scenes. But I gotta say, I don't know if a man has ever looked better in a movie.
Yeah.
He looks incredible.
He looks very good.
The first time you see him, it's like, wowee.
Yeah. Yup.
Like with the coat, and he's got sort of floppy, like boyish hair.
Yup.
And he's just like got a shadow of a beard. I'm like, this might be the best looking man on planet Earth.
Yeah.
It's like,
and when he picks up McCoy and go to his house and he's like walking around without a shirt.
Yeah.
Hubba, am I right?
Hubba. Yeah. And he's weirdly muscular for the 80s.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's got like you got to be real attractive to pull off overalls and no shirt, you know, or you got to be Willem Dafoe and just be real weird looking.
I know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Willem Dafoe was so young.
He's very young.
Oh
in this.
my
It's
God.
very weird. It's weird that he's young, but he also looks exactly the same.
Yeah. It's like his body is young, but his face looks just normal.
Yeah.
Nothing changed.
So here's the thing that I've always thought about. So you know how he's in Spider-Man, right?
Right.
He plays the Green Goblin.
Yes.
And in that movie, they give him this sort of big, like, motorcycle helmet, costume.
Yeah.
I've always felt like you could just have Willem Dafoe's face, and that's just a good Green Goblin outfit. You know? He's got a real goblin-y face.
Yeah.
Like,
just paint it green color today.
Yeah, especially in this movie. I'm like, this man has the most crooked face on planet. Like, he's got such a movie face.
He does.
He just is such an odd-looking man.
He really is. Very good actor.
He's so good.
Yeah.
He has like 4 lines in this movie, and he kills every single one of them.
Yeah. Was this? I'm assuming this is one of his first films, but
yes.
I mean, how early in his career?
This is like his 3rd or 4th movie. It's like, he's very, and he was mostly on stage prior to this.
That you know what? That makes a lot of sense. I never like looked into his like full career.
Yeah.
But there's always been a part of me that's like, is this dude like, is he classically trained?
Oh yeah.
Like, has he been on stage? And I mean, there you go. I am not surprised at all that he is a theater kid. Like, it's always funny when I'm like watching a movie and I like see somebody like Hugh Jackman. At first, I didn't realize that he had ever been on Broadway. And I think I was watching one of the X-Men movies or something. Yeah. And I was like, that's a theater kid. And then I looked it up and sure enough, he'd like majored in acting or whatever the fuck and had been on Broadway. And I was like, all right, yeah, that makes sense.
My favorite thing about Willem Dafoe, well, there's 2 things. One, supposedly he has just a huge dick. That's
God damn.
That apparently on one of his films, I can't remember which one, they talked about how they had to like keep adjusting his pants because his schlong is just enormous.
Jesus.
So that's one thing to know about Willem Dafoe. The other thing is that there's an incredible picture of Willem Dafoe like dripped out and he's like showing off his fit. You know? That's like one of my favorite memes to send. It's just like Willem Dafoe all dripped out.
Hell yeah.
And there's also that great image of him where he's got like his legs all far apart and he's all leaning forward all dramatically. Willem Dafoe is a meme machine. I tell you what, there's some good Willem Dafoe memes and GIFs out there.
He seems like a very funny person.
Oh yeah, and one thing I loved is that because they didn't interview him for the documentary, but everybody was just like, yeah, he's the best. He's just the best guy.
He's just so cool.
He's cool and he's like so laid back and just like. They talked about how like he'd be on screen and he's all scary and menacing, and then they'd cut and he'd be like, "All right, guys, how was that? Was it good?" He's just this like real sweet, nice man.
Yeah.
Who just is also really good at playing maniacs. Yeah. I love Willem Dafoe. I think he's the best.
He's very cool. I should watch more stuff with him in it.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, what else he's been in?
Oh,
aside from Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, he's been in. He's just. I feel like he's just always in things. It's just like
he just shows up and you're like, oh,
there's Willem Dafoe. If you want to see him looking real funny, he's in Aquaman.
Oh, really?
He's in the first Aquaman film, and they've got him in this weird skin tight outfit with like a man bun. It's incredible.
Oh.
I love Willem Dafoe. So we were talking about McCoy earlier.
Yes.
One sort of fun fact from this movie. So she originally read for Reva, who is Cody's sister.
Yeah.
But when she read the script, she really liked the part of McCoy.
Yeah.
And that part was originally going to be, I can't remember. The character had a different name, and it was originally supposed to be played by a Hispanic man.
Oh.
Like, that was sort of the original, how he was written in the script was, again, using sort of the Western. He was supposed to be kind of like a bandito.
Oh, yeah.
Had sort of like the double, whatever. And Amy Madigan read that part and was like, this is a much more interesting character. And I guess she went to the director and was like, convinced him like to let her play.
Yeah.
And basically said it would be much more interesting if this character was played by a woman. And he agreed to it because she was just so convincing.
Yeah, and she was right.
And she was right, because I can't imagine this played any other way. Like, it just makes so much sense for...
Yeah, it does make a lot of sense for, like, this gang to include a mean butch woman.
Yeah.
who doesn't give a fuck about anything and will shoot you.
Oh, yeah.
It just, yeah.
One of my favorite parts of this movie is... So, again, if you've never seen the movie... The basic plot is there's this woman named Ellen Aim, and she is a singer for Ellen Aim and the Attackers, which great band name.
Fantastic band name.
Incredible band name. She gets kidnapped by Willem Dafoe, who plays Raven, the leader of a motorcycle gang.
Yeah.
And her ex-boyfriend is Tom Cody.
Yep.
So his sister calls him back from wherever he is to go rescue her.
Yeah.
So he does, and he kind of gets like a ragtag group as he's like, whatever. And what I love about it is as they like get Ellen Aim back and they're like trying to head back to their part of the city, they're sort of picking people up on the way, Like, I love that trope in a movie where they start with just a few of them and then they just keep adding people.
Yeah.
Like, they get, at one point, they end up in the bus of a R&B group.
Yep.
A 4-person R&B group called the Sorrells.
Yep.
They pick up some random woman who's just like a friend, like a fan. Yeah, Rick Moranis is in this movie too. He plays Billy Fish.
Yep.
Who is the...
he's like the manager.
He's the manager / boyfriend of Ellen Aim. He's a very interesting character.
He's like... You hate him.
Yeah.
But also, like, sometimes he makes sense.
Yeah.
And you're like, I want to punch you in the throat.
Well, yes, I agree. What I really like is... I don't know if it was Rick Moranis or the director. Somebody was talking about how what is interesting about that character is he's obviously snooty and confident, but they do mention that he's from this, poor part of town.
Yeah.
And so he has this almost weird confidence and is like refuses to get stepped on.
Yeah.
Which is kind of an interesting caveat to that character, right? Like normally with these sort of nerdy dweebs, they fall apart when like somebody gets in their face, right?
Yeah.
And what I like about that character is he never backs down.
No.
Like even when he gets punched in the face by the biker, he's still like a cocky shit throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
And it does speak to like how he gets to where he's trying to go, right?
Yeah.
Like he just has this unrelenting confidence.
Yeah.
And there's something sort of endearing about it. Like even though he's annoying, you kind of understand why he's successful, right?
Yes.
Like, I don't know. He's a very interesting character.
It's very fascinating.
I had a quote. So, one thing I did insult him before and said he wasn't a very good actor. And I maintain that. Michael Paré is not a very good actor. But what makes me laugh about him is he seems like a very nice man. He just seems very pleasant in interviews and stuff, but he also seems a little bit like he just is Tom Cody, because here's this quote from him about working with Rick Moranis. He said, "Rick Moranis drove me out of my mind. There's this whole wave of insult comedy. In the real world, if somebody insults you a couple of times, you can smack them or punch them. You can't do that on a movie set. And these comedians walk around and they can say whatever they want. I'm just not that handy with that. Comedians are a special breed. They can antagonize you and say whatever they want. And you can't do anything to stop him. He's this weird-looking little guy who couldn't get laid in a whorehouse with a fistful of 50s. He would imitate me. The first thing he says to me is, 'Do you just act cool or are you really cool?' That was the first sentence out of his mouth. And I was like, oh, this is not going to go well."
Yep.
I'm like, that just sounds like that is Tom Cody.
That's 100% just Tom Cody. I know. I love their little banter.
Yeah.
Just going back and forth, giving each other shit. And like by the end of the movie, they were like kind of friends.
There's like mutual respect.
Yeah. I wouldn't say they were like friends, but yeah, they're just like, I understand you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you the respect that you are definitely owed.
Right.
But also, if I see you on the streets, it's on sight.
Yes, I agree. What do you think about the chemistry between Diane Lane as Ellen Aim and Tom Cody? Yeah.
It could have been better.
It could have been better. It's supposed to be a romance film, but they don't really read like they're in love.
No, it seems like they're just mad at each other the whole time.
Yeah, pretty
it's like,
much.
There's probably a reason you guys broke up, and that's probably for the best.
Yes. But you know what I do like about this movie?
What?
And it is kind of a trope at this point, but I just think it's interesting that it's in this movie. I like that they don't end up together.
Yes.
I appreciate that the movie sort of has a mature message, which is like, they're not meant to be together.
No.
Like, he's aware that he will hold her back, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's going in a different direction than she is, and he loves her, but there's a maturity to that love where he understands part of loving her is letting her go.
Yep.
And there's this beautiful scene, it's right at the end of the movie, where she's singing this song, and I think it's literally called What It Means to Be Young, or Tonight Is What It Means to Be Young.
Yeah.
But there's a this really poignant, beautiful moment where Tom Cody is leaving as she, goes on stage and she's singing and, whatever. And there's a part of the song where he's like standing by the doorway and she says something like part of the lyric is something like, I can't let you go. And he like makes eye contact with her and then leaves. And she looks away for a second and then kind of looks back, almost like she can't bear to like see him go.
Yeah.
But then understanding that like she has to move forward again. And it's just this like I want to kill myself. It's so good.
Yeah. No, it is very good. Those little details I think are what really like differentiate like a good movie from a bad movie.
Yes.
Because, like, in a bad movie, they try and just, like, ham-fist force feed you the little, like, details.
Right.
And they try and make it as obvious as possible. But I think what a lot of people who make bad movies need to understand is that your audience isn't dumb.
Right.
We'll pick up on the little things.
Yeah.
And unless it's, like, extremely, like, hard to suss out, we're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And it'll be fine. And your movie is going to be so much better because of that, because then your audience feels smart that they noticed it.
Yes.
And they'll enjoy it and be like, oh, I noticed the thing. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Right? Rather than, like, being like, here's the thing. Here's the cool thing I want you to see. And the audience is like, oh, yep, I see it.
Right.
Great.
Well, there's a great phrase in filmmaking, which is show don't tell, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like you're supposed to. The whole idea of writing a effective story is getting your point across without explicitly saying it to somebody, right? And if there's one thing I will bemoan modern storytelling, and I do this every day of my life, and I'm sorry. I know I sound like an angry old man. But I do think it is a degradation of the art, which is audiences are increasingly being treated like they're stupid.
Yes.
And there are a lot of audiences that are very stupid. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't like this catering to an audience that you assume is on their phone, right?
You're right.
Because that's really what it comes down to is filmmakers are increasingly assuming that you are not paying attention.
Yes.
And that they have to over-explain everything to you. And it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
I can't do this anymore, guys.
Yeah.
I can't keep watching movies where the fucking point of the movie is beat over my head over and over and over. Like, I can't tell you how many movies I've watched lately where out loud I go, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But again, that's something I appreciate about a movie like this, which is there's a very obvious narrative here, right?
Yes.
It's about love. It's about friendship. It's about, whatever cliche you want to throw at it.
Yeah.
But they never sit you down and are like, by the way, this movie's about love.
Right.
Did you pick up on that? Did you pick up on that, idiot?
Yeah. They're just like, here's a movie, watch it.
Yeah.
We know, the makers of the movie know what it's about.
Yeah.
We're going to see if you can figure it out.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, there have always been movies that hand feed you their plot, right? Or their theme.
Yeah.
But I feel like something we are increasingly getting away from is showing your audience the story.
Yes.
Instead of telling them the point of the I don't know. It's driving me crazy a little bit. Like, how many movies now have a character who sits down another character to explain the fucking theme of the movie? It drives me crazy.
It's insane. Yes. Yes.
Anyway, now that I've bemoaned modern filmmaking for a little bit, here's a fun fact for you.
Ooh, love fun facts.
So, the title of the film, Streets of Fire.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard two different accounts of this, right? One person, and I think it was Joel Gross, said that the title comes from the Bruce Springsteen song Streets of Fire.
Yeah.
But Walter Hill says that they just came up with the name Streets of Fire, and then everyone wanted them to include the song because it was coincidentally the same title.
Right.
So I don't know what is true. Regardless, one of the big pushes for this movie was they tried to get the rights to Streets of Fire, the song by Bruce Springsteen. But ultimately they couldn't get it. And so that song was actually originally going to play over the finale. Oh. So when she comes out and she's doing whatever, it was going to be a cover of Bruce Springsteen's Streets of Fire. But because they couldn't get that song, they ended up opting to go with a song by this writer named Jim Steinman. And he actually wrote the beginning track, and that was going to be it. But then he ended up writing the ending as well. And he's famous for, he wrote a bunch of just pop hits. Like he wrote a bunch of songs for Meatloaf's Bat Outta Hell album.
Oh, shit.
So
hell yeah.
Which is, by the way, one of the highest selling albums of all time.
Yeah. If you haven't listened to it, go check it out.
And Jim Steinman is a very on the nose songwriter, I would say. Like his lyrics aren't particularly subtle.
Yeah.
And his music is very big and bold, but I can't imagine this movie having a different ending.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the lyrics and the song, it just works so perfectly because it is this big, we're looking to the future and this is what it means to be young and whatever.
Yeah.
But there's a melancholy to it because it is about giving up, what you care about. And it's this big, bold, whatever. So yeah, I just found that interesting that ending is not originally what was going to be in the movie because it just feels so...
It feels right.
It feels right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if... I mean, don't get me wrong, love Springsteen. Think he's one of the greatest songwriters. But yeah, it just... I don't know. The ending made a lot of sense, and I don't think I could see a Springsteen song there.
Yeah, I can't either. But because of that, interestingly, once they couldn't get the Springsteen song, they were just going to end it on the Sorrells song.
Right.
And they were just going to have it, Cody leave, and then that was going to be it. But they added that scene late. And so actually, when you watch the movie, Diane Lane is wearing a wig because she had cut her hair for a different film. And so if you do pay really close attention, you can tell her hair is slightly different.
Gotcha.
Because it's a wig.
It's a wig. Gotcha.
Which I just think is fun.
That's very
I had another fun fact for you. Speaking of everybody in this movie just being incredible. So there's a part in the middle that I really, really like where they have rescued Ellen Aim and they're trying to lose the bombers and the cops and whatever, right? And they're going through this red light district. But one of the things I really find interesting is there's sort of an interesting editing choice where they're intercutting shots of this district with an Ellen Aim music video.
Yeah.
And it's the song called Sorcerer, which was written by Stevie Nicks.
Oh shit!
Yes, of Fleetwood Mac.
Hell yeah!
For people who don't know,
that's cool.
And I was listening to it this morning while I was walking the dog, and I was like, "Dang, this really sounds like a Stevie Nicks song."
Yeah, it turns out.
Yeah, it turns out. But I find that a very interesting scene. Yes. Like, it sort of becomes very artsy out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I love the choice they make, which is the music video part is shot on video. Yeah. And then it cuts back to the movie, which is shot on film.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that is such a clever thing to do, because it makes the distinction between the music video and then the reality.
Yes.
But you get this nice change in texture, right? I don't know. I just think that's so fucking...
It is very cool.
Incredible choice.
Yeah.
I could wax poetic about this movie all day long.
Oh, yeah. No, that's fair. It is quite good.
All right, one more fun fact.
Yes.
Before we start wrapping this thing up.
Yeah.
Would you like to know who was originally going to be cast as Tom Cody? Would you like to guess?
Yeah, I'll guess. Let's see. 1980s. Tom Cruise one was around, was he?
You nailed it.
Is Tom fucking Cruise?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes.
Okay.
So originally they offered the part to Tom Cruise.
Okay. That's so funny.
He turned it down because he was going to be in... I think it was a Francis Ford Coppola movie.
Oh, okay.
Like literally the next day he like signed on to be in this movie, and so he had to turn down Streets of Fire. But yeah, this movie was definitely originally written for Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Which I just think is fun.
Yep.
One more fun fact I just remembered. So this movie was shot in 3 different locations.
Okay.
So it was shot in Chicago.
Yeah.
So like all the above ground train stuff, that's all shot in Chicago. And they actually shut down one of the train lines for like 12 hours, or not 12 hours, for like a couple of hours. And what's interesting about it is, if you don't know how subway trains work, basically they run on a line, right? And I know you know this, so I'm just explaining to the people at home. They run on a line, and so what happens is when the subway train reaches the end of the line, it has to come back the other way. Yeah. And there's basically an engine or whatever on both ends, but you usually only have one train operator. Yep. And so the train operator has to shut the train down, go to the front car, which was previously the back car, restart the train, and then drive the line back the other way. Well, because they were on a movie set and they had a limited amount of time, they hired 2 train engineers. Oh. And so they would get to one end of the line, and instead of having to stop, reset, and whatever, they would just have them restart. And so they kind of were just going back and forth for like 8 hours.
That's incredible. That's very funny.
So whenever you see the images of them on a train, it, like, if you look out the window, it sort of doesn't make sense because they're like going back and forth.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
That's very cool.
A lot of the like city stuff was set, right?
Yeah.
And so it was on the Universal Studios movie lot. And part of the problem was they obviously wanted to have a lot of explosions and motorcycles and stuff. Yeah. And if you've never been to the Universal Studios in California, it is right next to a neighborhood. Like,
ooh.
And so there was this big, rich residential neighborhood there, and there was like ordinances about they couldn't shoot explosions at night and whatever. And so to compensate for that, they built this giant tarp. It measured 1,240 feet long by 220 feet wide.
God damn.
Covered the whole set. So
wow.
You're talking about an entire, sound stage of whatever, so that they could shoot night scenes during the day.
Right.
And so a lot of the night scenes are actually shot literally in the middle of the day.
Wow.
Just with this giant tarp over the top.
That's cool.
And what's fascinating about it is it gave them a ton of problems, because if you think about it, it's a giant tarp. And so if it would catch a piece of wind, it was like this tidal wave of tarp that would fling across the stage and create this huge noise.
Yeah.
And so they kept having to reset because it was causing all these problems. And then on top of that, a bunch of birds started like nesting like in the tarp. And so it was just this like huge
That's very funny.
problem. But yeah, that's my final Streets of Fire fun fact.
There you go.
Anyway.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much all I have. I would say if you've not seen this movie, just go watch it.
Yeah.
It's like I said, I think it's criminally underrated.
Yeah.
A lot of people have seen Walter Hill's other film, which is The Warriors. Another famous sort of fantasy action film thing. He also directed like 48 Hours and The Driver and a whole bunch of other like famous action movies.
Yeah.
But I just feel like this one is so criminally underseen and underappreciated. So I'd say go watch it.
Yeah. I would also recommend this movie. It is very good.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had fun watching it. There were so many, like, again, that first fight scene was so funny. Yeah. Just him slapping the shit out of some dudes. It was hilarious. Like, the dude, like, whips out, like, a butterfly knife. Yes. And he goes to stab him, and he just, like, takes it from him and slaps him.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he, like, closes it, and he gives it back. He's like, try again.
Yeah.
And he steals it again, and then slaps him a whole bunch.
I love how he just throws some dudes out some windows. Yeah. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, also, if you pay attention, nobody dies.
Oh, shit.
Nobody dies the whole movie.
You right.
Yeah, it's notable for that. Because, again, sort of the part of the premise of this movie is it's supposed to be sort of like an amplified teen drama.
Yeah,
right?
Okay,
so it's supposed to be like, you've got your cliques, right?
Yeah.
Like Tom Cody's kind of like the quarterback, and Ellen Aim is like the cheerleader, and the bikers are like the bikers or whatever.
Yeah,
and so it's sort of supposed to be this like heightened teen drama, and so nobody dies in it because it's supposed to be like, if you kill somebody, you kind of raise the stakes too high.
Yes.
Also, what do you think the chances are that James Wan saw this movie and was like, I'm putting a big, heavy, like, mechanical fight at the end of Furious 7?
Oh, there is like a non-0% chance.
I feel like the wrench fight from Furious 7 is directly inspired by this.
I know. Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. Because they get the big hammers and they each fight with a big hammer, and I was like, no.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, that wrench fight has to
be inspired.
Yeah. He watched this movie and went, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm going to have Jason Statham and Mr. Egg duke it out with wrenches.
Yeah. Vin Diesel is what Grayson means by Mr. Egg, by the way.
Yeah. He's got a big old egg head.
He does have a big egg head. Oh, Vin Diesel.
He's great.
Anyway, yes. Streets of Fire.
Streets of Fire.
Check it out.
Do it.
At your local Blockbuster Video.
Damn, rest in peace for
check
a
it
real
out.
one.
Put your VHS in. Put it in. Go get a DVD. Hey, check it out. Hollywood Video.
I love VHSs.
Me too.
Miss them.
Anyway. Oh. My wife is home.
You're getting robbed.
I might be getting robbed. That would be unfortunate if I was getting robbed.
That'd be really funny.
Anyway. Grayson.
Yep.
What do you give this movie out of 10?
I'll give it an 8.
Nice.
I'll give it an 8. It was really, really good. I know I'm not like, like I have been about some movies, but yeah, it just was like, I had a good time. It was hard to really find anything wrong with it. It just, man, yeah, really solid, really well done, very artistic. Music. Listen, I've said this before, I'm a sucker for music.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Love musicals.
I do too.
So, yeah, 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Solid movie.
A 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I can't give it anything less.
Yeah.
I gave it 5 stars on Letterboxd. I just love it. It's one of those movies that I look at it and I'm like, I see the flaws and I just don't care. It just doesn't matter to me.
I just don't give a shit.
This is like Last Crusade. Like, it's just if there are problems, I don't give a shit what they are. I don't care. I just love it.
Yep.
I would watch it again right now. You could sit me down, put it on, and I'd sit there like a baby with like a, one of those like sensory videos.
Things,
like just,
I
just,
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
Very good.
Cool.
Right on.
All right, Grayson.
Yep.
I keep saying your name. I don't know why I keep doing that.
That's okay.
I like your name.
Thank you.
Grayson has one of the best names, if you don't know.
Appreciate that.
Grayson's middle name is Wolf.
That's True.
Not to dox you.
Yeah, it's fine. It was almost, and all of my friends think that this was a total miss by my parents, but my name was going to be Griffin Steele.
I fucking love that so much.
So
anyway, Grayson's a medieval knight, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
It's editor's picks, baby.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I don't know if you already recommended it, but I'm going to recommend Sinners.
I think I did, but that's fine. It's really good.
I finally watched it, rented it from the local library. Check things out at your local library.
Yes.
I finally watched it. Holy fuck.
I know.
Talk about an artistic movie.
Yes.
Jeez Louise.
It's the best.
Very good. Michael B. Jordan. God damn. That dude. They need to give him like unlimited money.
I agree.
Like, Jesus Christ. That dude. He plays cousins in this. And they're like identical cousins.
Well, they're twins.
They're twins. But they have a cousin who's the other guy. They play he plays twins, and it's like it's the same guy playing two parts, but it seems like two different people.
I was gonna say, I forgot that there weren't two Michael B. Jordans. There was a part in the movie where I'm like, man, these guys are good, and then I went, wait, that's one guy.
That's just one motherfucker.
There's no Michael A. Jordan. It's just Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Really fantastic. This is another movie sort of about music.
Yeah.
The music in it is just, oh my God. It's so good.
Yeah.
And I think it plays around really well. I think the vampires in this one are really good, and I love the sort of the mythos around these specific vampires. Very fun. The like lead vampire, oh my God, I don't know who that dude is, but the casting choice, perfect.
Yeah,
he was so good. I think the funniest part in that whole movie was when that vampire shows up at the two people's like little house or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, he's like saying, oh, these Native Americans are after me. They're going to kill me or whatever. And the Native Americans show up and they're like, hey, have you seen sort of like a crazy guy walking around? He's super dangerous and you should not let him into your house.
Yeah.
And these white people who are like part of the clan are like, yeah, you need to get the hell out of here. And they're like, okay, whatever. We warned you, though.
We tried.
Yeah. And it's like, hey, maybe listen to the Native Americans because they've been here longer than us.
Yeah.
That was very funny.
I did love that scene where they're just like, well, we tried.
We did our best.
Good luck.
Yeah. And then, sure enough, they get turned into vampires.
Yep. Smartest people in that whole movie.
Yeah, literally.
Sinners is incredible.
It's so good. It is very, very good. So yeah, if you haven't seen Sinners yet,
check it out.
Go check it out. Very fun.
Yeah. I'm going to recommend another Walter Hill film.
Ooh.
Since we're talking about him. I'm going to recommend The Warriors, which I brought up earlier. It inspired a lot of John Wick 4. If you've never seen John Wick 4, a lot of that movie is based on The Warriors. It's about a bunch of gangs that meet up in New York City, and then the sort of leader, peacekeeper of all the gangs gets assassinated, and there's one of the gangs sort of gets accused of the act, and so they have to like make their way back through New York City.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, trying to avoid like all these other gangs. And when I say gangs, you're probably picturing like modern, like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm talking like there's one, and they're called like the home runners, and they've all got baseball bats, and they're like, they all got little baseball bat outfits on.
It's like West Side Story.
Yes, basically, and there's and so they sort of had to make their way through New York City, like dodging all these gangs, and it's a good action movie. It's fun.
Very
it's from like 1978 or something. They made a video game a few years ago that is also very good. So
very nice.
Go watch The Warriors.
Hell yeah.
But that's pretty much it. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Which means it is unfortunately time for us to go.
Yes.
But don't fret.
No.
Because you can check us out on YouTube.
Yep.
Check us out on Instagram.
Yep.
On Facebook.
Yep.
On TikTok.
Yep.
We are Viva La Action everywhere.
Yep.
You can send us an email to Viva La Action Podcast at gmail.com.
Yep.
Is it Viva La Action Podcast or just Viva La Action?
I think it's just Viva La Action.
It might just be Viva La Action at gmail.com. Yeah, that sounds better.
Yeah.
It's in the description. You can find it. There's also a link tree with links to all of our socials.
Yep.
If you want to throw a couple of bucks our way, we got ko-fi.com/Viva La Action.
You do not have to, though.
You don't have to.
You're not required.
Nope. There's no bonus content or anything. It's just if out of the goodness of your heart, you want to throw a couple bucks our way.
Yep.
You can leave us a nice review.
Yep.
5 stars.
Yep.
Really helps out the show.
Yep.
Recommend us to a friend.
Yep.
A family member, coworker.
Yep.
Somebody on the street.
Yep.
A homeless man who comes up to you and tells you information that you have to pay him $10 for or whatever.
Yep. Yeah.
Who's played by a weirdly famous actor. I don't know.
If you're on an algorithmically based platform, you just push all the buttons and then the algorithm will do the rest.
Yep. Yeah, hit that share button, comment, like, subscribe.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
If you want to find Grayson, you'll find them underneath a bridge in Chicago.
Asking riddles
so you can pay the toll.
Yep.
And you'll find me riding on top of the rails like a surfboard.
Yep.
That does it for this episode. Thanks for listening.
See you next time.
Oh my God, you hit the mic.
I did. Sorry.
It's okay.